kind of move in and take over. I don't know, or something.
Yes. Even the confirmations we don't need. You see, sometimes it can happen that we look around, everything is so just what it is, and the mind will come and say, give you a confirmation, yes, this is so nice. I'm so peaceful. Things are so happy now. You see, and because we are used to these mental confirmations, something still relies on getting this. You see, and this can lead to some sort of trouble. I'll tell you why. Because I am
Okay.
telling you that you are free now. You see, usually this is not accepted because we are waiting for a mental confirmation also to come. So he is saying that you are free now. What do you think? And the mind says, oh, because he loves you, he's saying like this. Or because, something. It'll come and say, but you're not there yet. I saw you outside Satsang and you were so angry and you were so upset.
Yes, yes, yes,
This mind will come
yes, yes. Just an hour ago, something was happening like that.
exactly because we are used to waiting for mental confirmation for everything, including our peace. You see? So if we buy the thought, oh, this is so nice, it's peaceful, then we are just giving more and more value to this habit. We're giving meaning to these noises in our head, to this energy in our head, whole thought. And I know it feels a bit wobbly.
It is.
When we
It feels
go of
lovely.
even the positive reinforcement or the affirmations which many practice, when we let go of even these positive affirmations, then it can seem a bit wobbly for a while. But this wobbliness is the doorway to freedom. A little bit of shakiness. If it is happening, it's good. Actually, they say that in yoga also, by the way. Don't they say yoga that if your body starts shaking like this, then don't worry about it. It's good. It's actually
Ah.
good. Taking out some tendencies, some conditioning, something from the book. It's adjusting. It's adjusting. So like
Hmm.
this, some ugliness can come, and if this shakiness is there, don't be fearful of it. You see, because the mind itself will come and say, "This is so scary. What's going to happen to you? You can't live without your happy thoughts. You've been affirming to yourself these happy things, and that's what's kept you sane, or something. It can keep going on and on. But we don't.
Yes.
You see, we
It
don't
has
need.
kept me. It has kept me sane up until now.
Yes, but who can? The thing is, the problem is that it's always
Oh.
based on a pretense of you, which is not real. And the unreal, more it is believed in, the more potential for suffering there is. You see? So we cannot be believing our thoughts without picking up the idea that I exist personally. And at the root of all of this, and we must look at this together, at the root of
Okay.
all of this is the idea that I come to satsang to become a happy person or a certain type of person, a peaceful person, a happy person. This is what I want. Now, if this idea still remains, then this idea is also going to be squeezed out of you. And this is not a happy squeezing usually. You see? So, because we don't come to satsang, at least this type of satsang, to become happy people, not to become shining happy people or something like that. You see? We come to satsang to discover that which we truly are in any way, which cannot give meaning to this personal existence, although it is not in resistance to it. There's a beautiful allowing of all things to appear and disappear, but it cannot believe itself to be personal in any way. This is the end of suffering, and it is here now. So we reinforce the false idea with our belief, and whether belief is in happy or unhappy, the belief is always about a person which I believe myself to be.
Hmm.
So what is going to happen is that for many of us, what happens is we come to satsang and initially it seems so happy, there's more space, there's more light, there's more peace, and it feels like this is good. But as you keep coming to satsang, you will keep encountering me asking you who you are. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? You'll keep encountering this question. So, and the mind will want to hang on to, but I'm happy. I'm happy as a person now. Why you keep asking, who are you? You see, and something
Right.
doesn't like because there can be some fear which comes with this. Something can feel like some stability is getting shaken up. You
Mm.
see, so that
Yeah.
same satsang environment, which seemed to give us some happiness, peace, space personally, is now seeming to attack this person directly. Seeming to attack this person because this person actually doesn't exist. And my interest is not in giving you some temporary band aid, you see. I don't want to give you some temporary band aid and say, oh, this is good, it feels good. You see,
Hmm. Yeah.
I want to
It
take the
ties in.
false, you see, I want to remove this cancer of personhood.
Mm.
Mhm. So, so sometimes it can seem very, very strong. It can seem very crushing to the ego, even. So,
Yeah.
and this also must be allowed to get released. But as long as we are believing two voices, one is the voice which speaks in satsang, and the second is the voice of this false teacher that we've had inside our head for so long, you see, then it will not be the end of the personhood. It will be the elongation of this so called spiritual journey. And then a few years later, you might be coming to satsang and saying, but I've been in satsang for a few years and nothing has happened. I haven't found the freedom. I haven't found myself to be this awareness that you speak about. I still feel like I'm Lucia or I'm a person. You see,
Uh-huh.
if you listen to both these voices, then it is the stretching out of this non existent journey and it seems to be stretched out in time. Because right now, without any thought, who are you? That is what we are looking at.
And I don't know. When you ask that, I don't
And this I
know.
don't
But
know is very beautiful. Don't be fearful of this I don't know.
oh,
In fact, it is the coming from this I know I'm a person to the I don't know, which is which seems more difficult in the spiritual journey for most. Because we are so convinced that we are this name and form that to come to this I don't know seems to stretch out for a long while for many. So if you're in this I don't know, then don't be fearful of this because this is very beautiful. Now, this I don't know, the mind is very scared of. So it might try to give you some candy now to say, come back, I'm not so bad. I have happy thoughts for you. Come, come. You see? And this it tries to lure you in. Like Guruji says, the mafia, which says, I'll protect you. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to protect you. But you try leaving and it becomes very, very scary again. So don't buy into this candy which the mind is selling to you because it is scared of this I don't know. It knows that from this I don't know, a true recognition, a true realization will appear. So it tries to take you away from the I don't know who I am back into personhood saying, okay, but now I'm a happy person and that's all I wanted. It's not true
it's not true. No, it isn't true. It's not true.
because the
No.
urge is deeper than that. The urge is to discover what we truly are, which is prior and beyond any sense of happiness or unhappiness. It is accepting, and in this accepting and allowing, there can be a natural sense of peace and happiness. But it doesn't, but it's not personal. There's nothing personal about this.
Hmm. Does this connect to what you've been saying? And Muji says about I was never born,
Yes,
and and that one's been driving me nuts all weekend because I have a direct experience of that we don't die because
yes,
I communicate with people who were in the physical and who are no longer physically here. I can talk to my father, who's passed on for 10 years, and other people, I talk to them. So I know we don't die. Okay, all right, I don't die, great. But the I was never born thing, oh my God, what's that about?
So if you don't die, is it possible to be born actually? I feel in your question itself, the answer is there.
It's
Unless
it,
there is death, can there be birth?
I don't know why it's just not
Because if this one is eternal, then can there be birth or death for this one?
mentally. I know the right answer, mentally. I don't have a direct experience of
It,
that.
yes. Actually, this is our experience, but we don't have yet the confirmation that this is true.
Hmm.
Because that which we are always has been, you see, that which is aware of all the states which are coming and going, and itself is not coming and going. That is what we most naturally are.
Hmm.
That which has seen, even in this seeming lifetime, has seen so many bodies and so many realms, and so many experiences have happened. You see, in this waking, and so many different dream states, and this so called waking state, which is just another dream state. You see? And also, it has experienced nothingness, no phenomenal appearance has also been experienced. You see, so often. So we see that something can be born, the sense of presence, the sense of consciousness can be born and can dissolve. But that which witnesses it is not taking birth or dying.
It seems incredibly boring.
Yes, but to who?
I'm not sure. Well, I can sort of conceptually step back and experience that eternal being. I've been there. And then it's like, oh, this is so boring. Why would I want to hang out here?
Yes, so this can be said in two ways. One is a very primal way, you see, where if you're all there is no birth or death for you, and nothing can ever happen to you, and you're just everywhere, and you're not phenomenal, you see, then what's all of this about?
Yeah, exactly.
This is why I say that my favorite reason, which is not true, but you have to give a reason to things just because we have to say something, you see. But so my favorite reason when someone asks, so what is the point of the creation of this universe? I say because it was too boring. I wanted some entertainment. You see? Yeah. So then we created this play, this phenomenal experiencing in which I pretended to be this person and playing out in all of this adventure called life with all its ups and downs, with all its seeming bondage and freedom. You see? So if you're speaking from there saying, but if I'm all there is and there is nothing actually, you see, and yet I'm here and nothing is moving, nothing is changing, maybe I need to buy a TV or something, create some entertainment in front of me. So this whole phenomenal experiencing is the TV of awareness. The movie screen in which all of this is playing out, just
Mhm.
because it's too boring. But what I was saying earlier,
Yeah.
what I wanted to point out and stress on more, because many times as you're coming to the recognition of what you are, the mind comes in with these things saying, but do you really want this? This is so empty and this is boring. You will just become a vegetable. You will not
Hmm.
have any enthusiasm. You will not have any wonder left in life. But this is not the actual experience of the sages. They actually find that every moment is full of so much wonder
Mm.
and joy and peace. When we drop all these expectations and fears, guilt and
Yes.
remorse, pride, arrogance, specialness, when all of this is gone, the
Mm.
stories that we have about ourselves and they are gone, when we don't know anything at all, then there's so much wonder in every moment. It's so
Mhm.
much joy, you see. So that is the voice I was cautioning against, which can come and say, but this is so boring. You see?
But the
But
voice
the
that
voice
answered
that
was the one that would buy a
buy a
television
television
to
to
watch because
watch
it's so
because it's so
boring.
boring.
But I do know I have met other sages who all are apparently blissed out most of the time.
I actually haven't met anyone who's blissed out all the time.
Mm. No.
I actually haven't met anyone, and maybe that is great grace because here it's not this feeling of being blissed out all the time.
What's it like?
It's very much more natural than that. It's just everything is allowed.
Okay.
I don't, I cannot say that there is a strong experience of bliss in every instant. All states are allowed to come and go very naturally. And yet, what I see myself to be in reality is untouched by any of these states. And also, there is a recognition that everything phenomenal is coming and going. And anytime there is this belief or attachment in something, then it is setting up for failure because I know that this is a temporal field. You see? So it is going. So if I attach to something here as me or mine, then that is bound to cause suffering because it will come and go. So if I attach even to the sensation of bliss when it comes, it is seen often enough that even this is coming and going. So if I give it the idea that it should always be like this, or for me now it is always like this, then I know when it goes, the mind itself will come and say, see now, you lost your freedom.
Hmm.
Where's the bliss? And it is that's why I said it is good news that I haven't met anyone who just blissed out all the time because the mind would say, see, this is the true sage. He's always in bliss.
Uh-huh.
Now, what can be a bit confusing is that this state of simple allowing itself, non resistive allowing, is a very deep peace. You see? So, this peace can be confused to be like a phenomenal of something. You see?
Mm.
So, when the sage says, I'm always at peace, he is not talking about this sense of phenomenal tasting of peace. Ah, it's so peaceful, peaceful. Not like this, you see. It's just so much peace because everything is allowed, nothing is
Yes.
resisted. So this is a deeper peace. You see?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That
so
makes
this, if you
sense.
mean, then yes, this is the constant experience even here, except for momentary buttons getting pressed and thrown away once in a while. I have to say that mostly the experience is non-resistive, not personal. Mostly the experience here is not personal and the simple allowing of everything to come and go.
And there's
And
a deep
there's a
sense of
deep sense of
ease about
ease
that,
about that,
apparently.
Yes,
apparently.
If
ease,
you're
If
just
ease
you're
is a very
just
good
allowing.
word.
allowing.
Yes,
So if there's
So if
anger that
there's
comes, there's an ease because it comes and it goes.
yes. I feel ease is a very good word.
Uh,
I feel I'll use this word more often because there's a deep sense of ease. It is not a struggle with life. It is not a resisting with life in any way.
I like ease.
Yes.
Okay. And so I guess it was a thought said, okay, so where are we now? Like it's that, I don't know, the one who tracks. I guess it's the
This
therapist in
one,
me always wanting to
arch,
track.
the checker guy,
The
checker
checker.
man. Checker man is my arch nemesis. You see?
I have a
Now, what
checker woman.
checker woman and
Hmm.
checker
Yeah,
person
checker
is my
person.
arch.
Yeah, monitor. She monitors what's going on.
Yes.
Okay, so where are we now?
How many thoughts are we
Where?
believing? You were a good boy today, or good girl today. You believed only 10 thoughts. You see, this report card, this
Right,
creating content.
right. So there. So now there's this there's a feeling that came up of, well, what do I do now? What do I, you know, we've had this nice conversation, and now what do I do with this new insight? Like I have to go study it. Like when I get off the, out of the hangout, then I'm going to listen to this again and study it.
Yes, this is natural for it to happen initially because the strongest leg for the ego is the leg of doership.
Huh.
Without doership, without this sense that what do I do now, this ego actually cannot survive. You see, this table just the table of the ego just falls down without the leg of doership. So it's very natural for it to try and retain itself by saying, okay, what is the plan now? What do I do now? This was very nice. What do I do now? You see?
Yes.
Now, as long as there's a sense that I can do something, then we can do two things. One is we can just not believe our next thought, or second, we can self inquire and ask, who am I? Who is the doer? Who is the I that should do something?
Hmm.
You see? So as long as there's a sense that of doership which still seems strong, then we can either not believe our next thought, which seems like a doing, but I know it seems like a doing, so we can do this, or we can do the self inquiry, which is also actually not a doing, but it can seem like it. So, with these, either of these, then you come to this place to see that there is no doer at all. So, the question when it comes, what do I do now? It just becomes laughable, just like every other thought. It becomes laughable. You see? So, till it has become laughable, we can just not believe our next thought, or we can just inquire into what I truly am.
And the answer
And the
still is,
answer
I don't
still is,
know.
I don't know.
Yes. Is there a I that doesn't know? Because you say, when you say I don't know, what you're actually saying is I know that there is an I that doesn't know. You see?
There is an I
There
that
is an I
doesn't
that
know.
doesn't know.
Yes, there
Yes,
is an
there
I
is.
that doesn't know.
Okay, so who is this I that doesn't know?
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my goodness.
Ah.
Ah.
And
I
it's not hard work actually like this. The mind says, but this is so heavy and this is just so frustrating because we're used to trying to figure it out with the mind. We're used to trying to figure it out with the mind, and this is unfathomable for the mind. The mind has no chance here.